Hey there, y'all. So I was playing with the thumbnail snapshot thing. It's like up here. I don't have a lot of battery or time today, and I was trying to charge up the phone, but for whatever reason, it's not cooperating. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a few corrections about what I said the last day or two. I believe at the end of the Jupiter through the houses, the second day, I said, I think that was Tuesday, I said that at the very end I was saying something about Mercury in Pisces might make you, a songwriter. And then I said something about Einstein's Mercury was in, or Jupiter was in Mercury, and I meant that his Mercury was in Pisces or whatever. Then yesterday, when I was going on and on about Neptune conjunct Uranus, I was starting to segue into a lot of Saturn in Capricorn, which is 1990, probably through 93-ish, especially the men are, I think it's the Saturn in Capricorn. They're just very much not into astrology. They just have very rigid belief systems. Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, so it's all about sacrifice, hard work. So they don't believe in things that they see as willy-nilly. Now, I'm not saying that all of you, especially females born from 1990 to 93, are going to be anti-astrology, but most of the younger males that come to me that say, oh, that's all hogwash, I think their Saturn's in Capricorn. Now, it is squaring my sun, so that could be part of it. So I'm just going to kind of touch on yesterday. I was explaining that, yes, the baby's born from 1990 to 1996 when Neptune was pretty much in an exact conjunction in 93, Neptune and Uranus in Capricorn. So those 3 years before and after, it's going to be pretty much in a 5-degree orb. So yes, your generation 90 through 96 is going to find this in partners. So if you're born in 92 and you're dating someone in 94, for example, you're more than likely going to have Neptune conjunct Uranus within a 5-degree orb, and you're going to have this going both ways. And I think one of you even commented on one of the videos a while ago, like, what if we have it going both ways? Like, will that cancel it out? No, it'll make it even more challenging. It's just very hard to stabilize. Again, I linked them on the video yesterday. I'll link that video and the Neptune conjunct Uranus videos, because I think this is like the 5th one now. So if you want to learn how it actually plays out in a relationship, I go over that a lot, especially in the second and third videos. But when I was saying that, yes, your generation is going to be encountering it with your own age group because it was a generational transit. We also know that Uranus goes through a sign every 7 years and Neptune every 14. So if Uranus is going around twice as much, right, they're going to be overlapping still. And so when they're overlapping, this is when we take, I was saying yesterday, an example I just threw out there was somebody born in 53 might have this with someone born in 1960, because we're taking 2 different points in time rather than, they're both born when this conjunction was happening. So if you're born in 1993 and you're dating someone born in 93, you were both born when this conjunction was happening in the sky, okay? But that when we're doing synastry, we're taking 2 different points in time. And actually, I kind of want to say this just to put it out there. When we're doing a composite, it's the Davison. So Davison and composite are very similar. And so when we're doing the synastry, we're taking your birth chart and your partner's birth chart, and we're overlapping them to see how they align. Kind of overlapping. But when we do a composite, we're taking both of your birthdays and we're adding it together, and we're getting one chart for the relationship. And the Davison is a really good illustrator of this, because the composite is sort of like the average. So it's okay, if, I don't know how to put it, but if there's 2 of you, and it equals 10 divided by 2, then in the composite, it's going to be 5 degrees or whatever. Okay, that's a very simplistic example. The Davison is actually, instead of the mathematical middle, which is the composite, and it actually goes off of the midheaven. So it's aligning your midheavens. I'm not going to go too much into it today, but maybe early next week or mid next week we can talk more about the composite. The Davidson is often it's very much the same, but I have a reverse natural chart. So my Davisons with partners are normally flipped. So if me and a partner have a lot in the 7th house composite, we have a lot in the ascendant Davison. But the Davison is the actual point in time and space between your birthdays. So if one of you is born in 1990 and one of you is born in 1994, then your Davison birth date, the birth chart of your relationship is going to be in 1992. It's the point in time and space directly in the middle. So if one of you was born at 4 p.m. and the other at 8 p.m., respectively 90 and 94, then in 1992, the time is going to be, what times did I just say? You guys, 4 and 8 p.m. It's going to be 6 p.m. 1992. If one of you is born in April and one of you is born in August, it's going to be June, whatever day. So it's like the very middle in time and space. So with that being said, we're always taking 2 points in time and space and adding them together when we're looking at synastry and the composite and the Davison, just in different ways and getting sort of a different result. So I just looked. I told you guys yesterday I dated a guy for several years who's born in 1993, like 2 weeks before this Neptune Uranus conjunction went exact. And I looked today and I actually don't have Neptune conjunct Uranus with him, which I thought I did. I have it with 2 1990 babies who have it in their birth chart at a wider orb. And I actually have it with a 1983 baby, even though I'm born in the late 80s. So that kind of proved my point about you could be born in 1953 and have it with someone in 1960. The only people that have this are not going to be people born 1990 to 1996. It's just that those of you born 1990 to 1996 are going to have it with each other and in a double whammy, because you're going to have it in your birth chart, they're going to have it in their birth chart, and then you're going to have it going both ways. So that's why for you guys, I really recommend not dating anyone that's close to your age. Now, like I said, I have this with 1990 babies, but not a 1993 baby. So if you're born in 1991 and you're dating someone in the late 80s, that's why it's very important that you run the synastry, because you may or may not have this with them. Even someone, if you're born in 93 and they're born in 95, you may not have this with them. It may be at like a 6-degree orb, okay? The guy I have it within 83, it's happening in the sign of Sagittarius, and it's within a 5-degree orb. I don't remember the exact orb, but I did pull it up. He was like the first person I ever encountered with it, and that's why I called it my false twin. I think the only people I've ever dated that I have with it are him and then the 2 that I dated born in 1990. They're like 2 weeks apart, their birthdays, which, it was kind of like an echo of the same energy pattern. Fell for the same thing twice, which is called Jupiter square Neptune and Saturn square Sun, which are not malefic deal breakers, and I do see them in marriages, but they're not the most pleasant. And with Neptune conjunct Uranus in there, that's probably the clincher. So I really don't recommend. I mean, if you're already with someone for 7 years, or you're married to someone and you have Neptune conjunct Uranus and your relationship is overall otherwise good, then I wouldn't like break up with someone because you have it. But if you're getting into something and it seems a little unstable and they seem a little on and off or hot and cold, and you see that you have this, or especially if you have like Mars opposition Uranus, which can make it too, but you add that on to Neptune conjunct Uranus, and this is one of the few conjunctions I don't like: Mars conjunct Pluto and Neptune conjunct Uranus. Mars conjunct Pluto, though, is very binding, so sometimes it can give you stability for a few years, but it's, you're going to be very consumed by that person, so you could lose some of your identity or it could hold you back in life, but it'll definitely teach you how to deal with someone and live with someone. So basically, my battery is at 15% now, and I don't want it to kick out and lose what I just said, because sometimes when it kicks out, it like kind of loses the last few minutes. So I just want to get on here because I said I'd be on here every day, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I did get on the database today, and I'm running charts to match you guys. So if you haven't yet, do submit and you're single and you believe in astrology enough, submit to divinetimingdatabase.org. If you want to find a good astrological match for yourself, you can choose, local, state, regional. I don't know if regional is one, but country or worldwide. So And right now, because I don't have a whole ton of people in there, I probably will be letting you know if I find someone. Like, I had a client the other day I was telling you guys who submitted, and he said he only wanted me to look in his state, but I have a lot of, his state's somewhat close to like the East Coast, and I have a lot of women in New York. So I'm not going to, like I said, if I find the match and you don't fall for them, then you have to, repay the submission fee, but I'll keep looking until I find you matches. So if I, like in this case, since there's not as many people as I'd like in there, if I find a match for him outside of his state, I'm still gonna let you two know, like, hey, you matched. But just so you know, the criteria isn't exact because he wants to date local and or within his state, and you two aren't out of state. I'd let you both know that, and then I'd still continue to run you. So if I'm at the point now where if I find like sort of a partial match, now the astrology has to be exact. I mean, maybe if I like stumble across a semi-sextile or something, which I'm not really running for, I may start doing that just to get more of you matched up, but there's very few places that I'm going to cut corners. So, and again, if there is a corner like that I cut, I'll let you both know, and I will continue to run you. So it won't be like, oh, I matched you and you didn't want to move and relocate, so now you have to pay again. It's just that if I match you and all the criteria lines up, and it's, you said worldwide, and or you said local, and they were all local matches, then and then you don't click, then you would have to resubmit. But because it is time consuming and it's not instant, I'm definitely just going to keep running you all until I find your matches. So if you want to help out and you want to help yourself and help others, I advise that you let some people know, even if you're not, if you have any kind of following, you can get an affiliate code. Now, you can make an affiliate code when you sign up for the database yourself, or if you're, married and not looking, but you believe in astrology and you think it's a great idea, then you can just go make your own affiliate code. There's a menu button for that. But yeah, so definitely worth checking that out, helping out humanity, because just most of my clients that are coming to me, their astrology is not aligning. So anyways, I think this is all I'm going to fit in here because I don't think anyone's in here with me. And also, by the way, if you are using divinetimingdatabase.com, I'm finding there's an issue with the resetting the password. Like if you reset your password, the email is not kicking in. I think it's like getting redirected somewhere. So I was working on that earlier today. So you could email divinetimingdatabase@gmail.com if you're having any trouble resetting your password for that account or anything. I had reset it for an astrologist down in SoCal that was using it, and now I'm trying to figure out how I did that manually even. But I think this is going to make me fix it because I think it's just getting routed wrong. Yeah, fun stuff, but definitely have a tech mind, even though I'm a little scattered a lot of the time. So yeah, I guess that's all for today. I just couldn't really think of anything else. And like I said, I'm sort of on a time constraint. Thursdays are very busy with clients, so I really need to get back to it. But I'm sending you all lots of love, blessings, and light as always. And I'll be on tomorrow. So if there's anything you want me to talk about tomorrow, in case nothing comes to my mind, go ahead and comment, and I will definitely bring it to the forefront. Love and light.